Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome to the Honestly Truly podcast hosted by me, Tylar Cimone. And today I am in a very good mood because it's finally February, one of my favorite months of the year. One, because it's Black History Month, so happy Black History Month to you guys. And also it contains one of my favorite holidays, which is Valentine's Day. So happy early Valentine's Day to y'all. But most importantly, I'm very excited about this month because it's going to be my first time hosting my pop-up bookshop. If you have been paying attention to my previous videos or my social media stuff, I'll put it all linked below so you can go check it all out. I announced that I'm going to be hosting my first pop-up bookshop called For the Love of Books here in the Dallas area. I'm going to be selling books from my own personal collection as well as other books that I went out and bought for you guys just to expose you to new kinds of books. So I think I have a pretty good collection. I'm excited to share it, as well as some bookmarks and some Kindle stickers that I've made. I can't wait for y'all to see all the stuff. I'm very, very excited. So that is happening this Saturday, February 8th. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The address and everything will be listed on the invite, and you can find that on my Instagram. I think I have it posted on, I posted on YouTube as well separately. So just take a look and you can definitely come out and join and see what we got going on out there. I would love to have each and every one of you. So please come out. I'm very excited to share. But other than that, so let's get into this video. I'm so excited to talk about books, y'all. It has been a weird bookish time, and we're gonna get into it. But before we do, let me just tell you about what I'm drinking, because I know you're like, when is that gonna happen? What's happening? You're doing a lot of talking, not a lot of drinking. Let me show you. First, let me let the people listen, of course. If you're listening, stop what you're doing. Scroll down, click the link, come watch me over here. All right, now let me show y'all what I'm drinking. I cooked up a nice little beverage for you guys. This is my favorite drink that I get from Sweetwater, which is where I'm going to be hosting the pop-up. It's so tasty. Let me get a little taste. All right, now this is the one I made obviously here, but when I go to Sweetwater, I get two things. I either get the matcha, a lavender vanilla matcha with oat milk. Very good, top tier. But when I want a little coffee vibe, I get this drink right here. It's called the Magic Sauce, okay? Now, do I want to tell you guys what's in it, or do you want to be surprised? I will tell you, because just in case you're not coming, you may want to recreate this on your own. And I feel like I've got it pretty down pat, but I love theirs better. They just do a better job. That's just, it just is what it is. But it is whatever kind of milk you want, obviously the coffee part. And then for the syrups, it's vanilla, it's lavender, and then some honey. When I tell you, you're like, oh, that's so interesting. It's fantastic. As a girl who loves lavender flavored things like I do, I love a lavender cocktail. I love a lavender little coffee latte drink as well. It's very tasty. And this is my little version that I make at home. So if you are coming to the pop-up next weekend, I recommend those two drinks. Those are the ones that I get all the time. Lavender vanilla matcha or magic sauce. And they don't know what you mean if you say magic sauce, but it's just get it. Now, I want to see how this tastes hot. I always get my drinks cold from there, but I bet this would be very good hot as well if you're a hot drink girly. Okay, now that we've got that out the way, song of the week. This has been an all over the place song of the week, week for me in terms of music, so I've listened to a little bit of everything as I tend to do, but one thing I kept listening to is Megan Thee Stallion's like a part 2 to her album, or I guess act 2, not part 2. But anyways, there's a string of songs that I really enjoy. I enjoyed the whole thing, but like there's a string of songs from the second part that I really enjoy, and so I've been listening to that a lot lately. Like the ones, let me see, hold on, let me pull it back up for you guys. Okay, now my favorite song on there is Right Now. That's a great song for working out. It's a great song for driving. I love that. Let me see. And then really the whole thing is great, but Right Now, Rock Steady with Flo Milli, love that song. And Motion are my favorite 3 out of the whole thing, but I've been listening to that a lot lately. Outside of that, it's just kind of been all over the place. Let me give y'all a little scroll of all the things that I've recently downloaded. It's like, it's got some country, it's got some R&B, it's got some rap, it's got a whole bunch of things. Let me show you guys. Let's see if it will clear up for me. This is embarrassing. There we go. Ha ha ha. Yeah, as you can see, you've got a nice little mix of things going on here. Yeah, but that's what I've been listening to. Now let's just go ahead and get right into the books. I'm just going to skip all the other stuff because I'm excited right now. So first, before we get to the fun things that are going to be happening in February in terms of reads for me, let's go over a little January recap. Okay, now January was not my best reading month. I feel like I just had a lot going on. I think I also was just watching more TV, which is fine, you know, but I feel like I had a lot more TV that I wanted to watch, so I was using more of my free time to do that over reading. And so I think that, along with just being very busy getting everything together for this pop-up, stuff like that, reading has been a little bit lower on the list, unfortunately. But I still did read, so let me walk you through. So first, I read She's My Kind of Rain. That's the book I told y'all about last week, I think. That is by, I think her name was Ella Embers is the author's name. That was like the country kind of romance situation. And I ended up giving it like 3 stars, I think. It was okay. I think I was going to give it a little bit less, but I rounded it up to 3 because it did give me that country on a ranch vibe that I wanted after watching Yellowstone. Go watch that show if you haven't watched it yet. But after watching that, I wanted to get that similar vibe. And so it did give me that kind of vibe, which is why I went ahead and gave it 3 stars. But in terms of like the writing, it started out really good. And then it just kind of went down as the book went on. And then, you know how sometimes, like, I love the idea when they have like the love at first sight kind of vibe between the 2 main characters. I'm okay with that if it's done right. And I feel like this wasn't really executed in the best way because it was like an instant love, and it's just not believable. Like, not saying that you can't have that from time to time, but the way they came together, it just was a little too fast, and you didn't really have a chance to really like see them build to liking each other and loving each other, and for it to like make sense. It's just kind of like, oh, they're together, they love each other now, and I'm just like, how did these feelings grow so quickly? It's one thing to be like attracted to somebody and like, you know, in that kind of way really fast, but to like be in love with them and enthralled with them as a person so fast just didn't really make sense to me in the context of how the story was going. So that part kind of made it not really believable and took that build up out of it. That's a big reason why I gave it a little bit of a lower star rating. And then other than that, like I said, it gave me what I wanted in terms of the Western feel, like the parts where they talked about like the main character owned a ranch, and he was talking about the different things with the animals, like the horses and like things to take care of around the ranch. I was into that. So I think I'm going to look for another book that gives me that vibe. And I'm sure there's a lot of other options out there. This is like my first time reading this kind of book. So I just didn't really know where to start. But yeah, I did read that. And I think that's the only book that I finished in January. I started reading like 17 books like a dummy. Okay, so that's just what it is. I don't normally do that. That's not my way of doing things. If I'm going to read more than one book, it's usually like one audio book and like one physical book. And then that's all we're doing, and we've got it. And I had a lot going on. So that was the one book that I actually completed. Outside of that, I started reading, and I didn't even put this on Goodreads yet. I started reading this book. This is one of the books I showed you guys when I went on my book like blog haul thing. This is Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I haven't read this book in a couple weeks. I am 63 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. The story is actually building to be like really interesting. I don't really know what is going to happen, but I like it so far. I haven't opened it in like a week and a half just because I'm reading 18 other things that have pulled my attention more that way, which is just how things work. And I think when I was kind of reflecting over the month in terms of reading, I was starting to make myself feel bad about like, oh my God, all these books I wanted to read, I did not even like scratch the surface of. But I was like, you have to remind yourself, like for me, reading is a hobby. Hobby's supposed to be fun. No pressure. Like, you know, of course you want to meet certain goals. Like I have a goal of reading 50 books this year. So is it 50? I think it's 50. So I want to stay on track to be able to do that. But also like, I'm not going to stress myself out if I didn't read enough books. Like, no, that's not what's going to happen. So yeah, I want to finish this. It's going really well. It's like mystery is unfolding. There's this mysterious library. They got some weird books in there. There's connections between the people who come in and get the books, and I don't really know what's happening. And then there's like a person who doesn't really understand how it all works, and he's working to figure it out. And it's just a lot going on. But I do so far, read the book. I recommend it. It's if you're into like what's gonna happen, connecting the dots, a little bit of mystery, but it's also funny. Like our main character he's funny. If you're into that kind of vibe, even though I know I didn't describe it very well because y'all know I don't like describing books, I want you to just read it and like it because I said so. But I recommend this so far. I'm enjoying it, and maybe I'll spend some time reading it today. I don't have much to do after this, and I planned my Sunday out so that after I finish recording and talking to you guys, I'm gonna make some soup. I'm very excited about this soup, y'all. I'm getting off track, but I'm making a soup that I found on not on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts. That's my go-to usually. But They, like the soup, apparently it's a soup you get from Olive Garden that has the gnocchi in it. I don't usually get that soup when I go to Olive Garden, but this person on YouTube made the soup, and like he added like a little red sauce, sun-dried tomato thing to it. If I can find a little picture or something, a screenshot of the person or the video, I'll put it up there so y'all can go check it out too. Maybe I'll link it below. I don't know. But I saw the recipe, and when I saw it, I said, oh, this is easy, and it looks delicious. I have to have it. And so I went to the store yesterday. I got everything for it. And so I want to just take my time and make it. And usually I would cook while I talk to you guys, like have the soup cooking. But I was like, you know what? No, I want to be locked in watching that soup. And I don't want to step away. So anyways, I'm off track, but I'm very excited about my soup. And after my soup is done, read time. Now, I can't say I'm going to read this book. I might read the other 3 that I am halfway through, but it's fine. Let's just continue on, all right? So this is the one that I started this month. Last month, January. Definitely have not finished it, but I plan to get it done hopefully this month. In February, I can't say that I will. I don't know. All right. Then we have The Bluest Eye. Okay, now, yes, I am using a receipt as my bookmark, even though I have bookmarks here. Sometimes that's just what happens, all right? If you know, you know. But look at this beautiful copy of The Bluest Eye that I found at another half-price books here in Dallas. But it has these really pretty, like, I don't know if y'all can tell from here, but these really, like, thicker, nice pages. It's just a beautiful, beautiful copy. Let me see. Yeah, and like it's like a nice little, look at the spine on this. I think it's probably blurry. I'm sure you can't see it. Whatever. It's beautiful. And I'm very happy that I found this hard copy, and it's a good size too. It's nice and small, but I've been really enjoying this. I'm about halfway through this book. I may finish reading this today because I'm really enjoying it, and her writing style is so amazing to me. And I don't know if this is right, but this is my perception of her writing. It's almost like, I really love poetry, and it's almost like an expanded, like, big thing of poetry, which I hope I'm making sense, but that's kind of how she writes, and like it just feels so good to read, and the things that she's talking about can be very heavy and very tense, but the way she describes it, I'm just like, oh, I understand exactly what you mean, even though I haven't had this exact same experience in this way. I'm understanding exactly what she means because she describes it in such a beautiful, beautiful way. And if you've ever read a book by her, I know you understand what I'm saying. And if you have not, you can find these at my pop-up. Okay, I'm going to have, not this exact copy, this one mine. Okay, this one mine. But I will have another copy of this, I believe, there, as well as some more of her other books too, if you want to check them out. But my goal is to read all of her books this year. Not all of them, okay? Let's just be real. I'm going to read as many of them as I can. I know she has a large number of books, but I want to get through as many of them as I can. But I want to start with this one. It's just so, so good. I'm really, really enjoying it. I have underlined so many things in this book. So it's like a book that you want to revisit. This is a book that I'm going to have to read more than one time, I think. But I'm about halfway through. Maybe I'll read this today because I've been really enjoying it. I read it this morning, and I think I can knock it out. I think it only has like 212 pages, something like that. I can probably knock this out in one sitting if I just lock it in today. But I'm really enjoying this. Please read it. And then that's literally, oh wait, no, there's another book. So I went on a trip. I went to Philly last week, and I had a really great time. And this is my first time taking my Kindle with me on plane. So I downloaded a book. What's it called? This is crazy. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm sure y'all heard about that. I think that's the one that was made into a movie, if I remember correctly. When I started reading it, I was like, this sounds like something that I've seen before. And I think that's the one that was made into a movie. The one that has what's her name? The one that has Blake Lively in it. I think that's the movie. I'll have to look it up. If I'm right, I'll put it up here. If I'm wrong, you're gonna see some words that say I was wrong. But anyways, I started reading that just so I can have something to read on the plane, and I'm really enjoying that too. I don't know. I just needed something to read, so I just downloaded it and I just went for it because it was on like my little list. But I don't really know if I'm gonna actually finish it. I don't know. Like, you just need something to read. I didn't want to bring all these books on the plane with me, so I just wanted to bring my Kindle only. But I am enjoying it, so we're gonna see what happens. It may be one that I just get to it when I get to it. I may not like lock in and read it this month. It just might be something that I could just have to read whenever I just have some time, which I think is probably what's going to happen with that one. But it is good so far. I am enjoying it. And then I love, like, it's doing like it's going back and forth in time, which I love that aspect of it. So that's definitely keeping me locked in. But those are the books that I have started reading or completed reading in the month of January. For February, outside of the 2 books that I've already showed you, I'm going to probably continue finishing those this in February. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get this one done. I can guarantee that I am going to finish this. So I'm going to finish this in February. I'm going to try to make some forward movement in the Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore. But new books that I will finish this month, or I'm going to try to. I got to stop committing to things. I don't know. We'll see what this month brings. But for sure, I really, really, really want to finish Real. I know I'm late. But I really, really, really want to finish this. I haven't started it or anything, but I got the audiobook just came off hold for me on Libby yesterday. And so I think I'm going to I'm going to listen to it and read at the same time. The book is just so pretty, and I'm so excited to read it. I've only heard good things about this book, and I feel like it's going to be the perfect thing for, Valentine's Day, love month kind of vibe. So I want to start this pretty soon. Maybe if I finish The Bluest Eye today, I may start it tonight, or I'll start it sometime this week because I'm very excited about that. And so this is going to be one that I really want to finish. And then also I have The Love Lyric, which is book number 3 in the series by Christina Forrest. What's the first one called? Dang it. Oh, Neighbor Faber is the first one. The second one is Partner Plot, and the third one is Love Lyric, and it's all based around a group of 3 sisters. And so the third book comes out this, I forgot what the date it was that it comes out, but I know it comes out sometime this month. And so I'm very excited about that. I've read every single book. As soon as it comes out, I read it. So as soon as that one drops, it's mine. I need that, and I'm going to read it. I'm very excited. So I will be reading that this month. And then lastly, this is a book that I got when I was in Philly. Also has the receipt in it, but I haven't started it yet. First of all, get into this beautiful book. It's stunning. I saw it, and I was in Barnes & Noble, and I saw it, and I said, I have to buy it on this alone. But this is Mules and Men by Zora Neale Hurston. Okay, I think it's a group of short stories of African American folklore. Excuse me, is what I think it is. That's what when I was looking into it. That's what it said, I believe. I don't know anything about anything, of course. I'm excited to read it. I think it's going to be a great book for me to read this month. It's Black History Month. I'm just excited to dig into more and more and more Black authors and Black stories and things that I have not been introduced to before. So I feel like I'm going to learn a lot from this and just kind of see where it's going to take me. I don't know what to expect. But this book is beautiful. It's just stunning, and I cannot wait to put it on my shelf. And there will be a copy of this at the bookshop because I just think it's perfect. I don't know. I just think you guys need to have it. This is too pretty. Okay? So I'm very excited about it. And I flipped through, after this quick little flip through, excuse me, there's some pictures in here. I don't know what they're pertaining to, but there's some pictures in here. Interesting. Anyways, so definitely want to read this. Am I missing anything? I feel like that's it. Those are the books I want to read. I kind of had some other things on my list for February, but I'm going to take it slow, just being that there's a lot going on, and I'm trying to kind of get back on track and just catch up from January. I'm going to leave it at that. So I think let's see. That is Real, Love Lyric, Mules and Men, and Bluest Eye. That's 4 books this month that I want to finish. I think I can do that. I want to pick it up a little bit. So we're gonna see. But yes, that is my February to be read list. All right, that's what's gonna be on it. All right, a little January recap for you guys. It was a slow month. It was, but that's okay. That happens. There's different things that are going on in life. I have a million other hobbies, as I'm sure you guys know. I've shared them here. And then just life be life. You have things to do, adulting to do. So it's totally okay if there's a period of time where one of your favorite hobbies is not taking precedent in your life. It's okay. You can always come back to it whenever life calms down. You get a little more time. It's not going anywhere. These books, thankfully and gratefully, are here, and they're not going anywhere. So just chill, relax. If you had a slow month like me, it's okay. It's fine. You can get back on the horse whenever you want to. It's all okay because it's just a hobby. It's for fun. It's for a step away, an escape, a calm time to wind down, okay? That's what it is. So that's that on that. Again, this weekend is my pop-up bookshop. I would love to have you guys there. I'm very excited about it. I cannot wait to report on how it all went this time next week. I'm very excited. So with that, I'm going to get out of here because I've got some things to do. Got to make my soup, and then it's reading time. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things, all the things. Have a amazing, amazing, amazing week, and happy Black History Month again to all of you. Love you. Bye.